big show. We got a big ass show for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Lebanon John, talking about all sorts of people, all sorts of things. Mostly one thing. All right, it's not actually going to be that many things. It's going to be mostly one topic, but in a variety of manifestations. How are we today, John?
Good. Hello, everyone. Good evening. How y'all doing?
Hope everybody's doing well. Share the link. We didn't advertise it. We didn't promote it. We just went live. So share the links. Spread the word. We're live on X. We're live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube as well, as long as they'll have us, which is unbelievable. But there we are. Is this our third episode on YouTube?
It is, man. I haven't checked it or anything, but I think we're still up. So far so good. They haven't found us yet.
We're still evading capture on the YouTube platform. Folks, we're going to talk about this Josh Hammer article in the Daily Mail. All right. We're going to get into this. Tucker Carlson, this is the headline quote. Tucker Carlson just hit a new low with his heinous betrayal of how does he talk? Do you know how he talks? He talks like Ben Shapiro doing a Ben Shapiro impression.
Oh my God.
Is how this guy talks.
That's a good one, man. Just hold your nose, like Ben Shapiro holding his nose.
This heinous betrayal of my friend Charlie Kirk, who is surely now rolling in his grave. Buy my book. I wrote about this in my book, Israel, A Gay Man's Paradise.
Dude.
So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into some revelations from our friends at Mossad. We're going to get into...
Mossad.
I mean... This is the thing. I spent a long time on my show on this, and we talked about this all last time, but this is it, man. I mean, this is the division right now. This is the dividing line. These are the battle lines. And let me lay this out. I went through this on my show, so I'm sorry if you watched the War Room. I'm going to repeat myself here, but let me lay this out clearly so no one gets confused. The divide right now is coming entirely from the Zionist right. And the way that you know that is absolutely the case is because the target of their ire is Tucker Carlson of all people. It's Tucker freaking Carlson. The man is not an anti-Semite. The man is not a Nazi. The man is not anti-Israel even. And yet they are trying to destroy him with absolutely everything they've got. So it's not coming from Tucker Carlson, right? It's not that Tucker Carlson is trying to divide MAGA or that his views are so objectionable that it is the duty of every MAGA person to reject him for the sake of Israel. But it tells you what the real intention is. The intention is to have a Republican Party for which no questioning of Israel is brooked. And if you question it or dare to question it or get in their way politically, then you'll be destroyed. And this does go right back to the last Moonbase episode in the Young Republicans situation where it was the same type of thing. There were jokes about Nazis. Then they said, you have to disavow these people. You have to condemn the Young Republicans. We said, no, these are jokes. We're not going to condemn jokes. It doesn't matter. And also, this is clearly an attack from the left. And then they doubled down and went, well, okay, so you're Nazis. Oh, so you think that we should be best friends with Nazis then? I guess you're a Nazi. Now you have to be kicked out. And it's become this like toxic weapon in the hands of the left or the Zionist right. So I just want to lay that out, be perfectly clear, perfectly lucid about where this is coming from and why.
So here's where you're wrong. Qatar rhymes with Tucker.
Oh my God.
See, you
oh my God.
We got the real bombshells here tonight, guys. This is heavy hitting stuff.
You're suggesting his name should in fact be something like Tucker Carlson or something just a brilliant, biting satire.
Yep.
A stinging rebuke of his ideas.
All right, let's be honest. When you hear Tucker Carlson, don't you actually hear Cutter Carlson?
Cutter Carlson?
If you switch the first consonants, his name is literally Cutter Carlson.
Wow. Oh my God.
Dude, they're psyoping us. Dude, it's on purpose. I'm going to play devil's advocate. That General Flynn video, dude. You got to see this.
You
This
think
is
it's all
crazy.
fucking set? All right. Should we
All right,
start with the General Flynn thing?
I think so. You could. I mean, guys, this is pretty weird stuff.
We can't start. We can't start with that. We can't start with that. We'll get to that. We'll build to that.
There's layers to this stuff.
Yeah, we've got Mossad agents saying some crazy shit. We got Bannon and Laura Loomer going toe to toe. We got Mark Levin chiming in on the conflict. We got Batya Ungar Sargon. I think we're all familiar with her name and work in the conservative space.
Dude, what the heck, bro? What the heck?
What, you don't know Batya Ungar Sargon?
Dude, no, man. I don't know what you're saying right now. Is that a
Batya Ungar Sargon? She's gonna be a famous household name soon.
Americans are gonna be eating their morning cereal talking about Batya Ungar Sargon.
Yeah. Did you see what Batar Ungar Sargon said today?
It's really funny, man.
That's so Batar Ungar Sargon. That's so like her.
It's really good, man.
So let's get into it. Should we start with the article, the Tucker Carlson expose where Josh Hammer, who nobody's ever even fucking heard of until he killed Charlie Kirk.
Allegedly, hold on, bro.
Allegedly.
Okay, so just so everyone knows, pretty much Candace Owens and I don't know, maybe a couple other people, but as far as I know, it's just Candace Owens, exposed Josh Hammer as essentially the Jewish handler of Charlie Kirk.
But one of many, I think.
He seemed to be. If I had to pick one, I'm going to pick him though, because he seemed to be he then hosted attempts to reel back in their asset.
He was definitely deployed for that reason in particular. And this is all alleged. And as you know, this is a comedy show. These are all jokes. Nothing we say is serious.
I'm actually in Tel Aviv right now, so.
Yeah, this is all a Jewish psyop. You don't know that? So if you're mad at us, guess what that makes you? Anti-Semitic.
Fucking goy. Oh, wait. Goy maxing over here.
So share the link, by the way. If everybody would share the link, please. I don't know. I think maybe the alert didn't go out on Rumble or something. We only got 70 people watching on Rumble. That's 1/10 of the amount we normally have. So I don't know what's going on with Rumble. Maybe they have Josh Hammer's name blocked because they're also funded by Qatar, if I had to guess.
It doesn't rhyme, so I don't think so.
Oh, that's true.
But
that's a very good point.
Real, Tucker Carlson. It's just switched.
Been right in front of us the whole time.
But is that really a coincidence? I mean, I'm going to go with the psychosis angle of losing my mind and say that the linguistic programming on this could not be a coincidence. Literally, you switch the T and the C, and it's Cutter Carlson. I mean, anyway.
No, if it's a stretch. That's a stretch, my friend. I'm not falling for that one. I'm not woke enough for that. Wolfblade 256 says, I'm pretty much convinced at this point that the woke right, the people taking after the left's cancelers, is made up entirely of Zionists and Israel firsters. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and chat. Good evening to you, Wolfblade 256. If you guys want to insult Josh Hammer, go ahead and drop a spicy chat in the Rumble.
So, man, what's that guy, James Lindsay or something?
Yeah, James Lindsay.
He's the one who coined the term woke right?
I think so. I think that is his life's work. Yes,
that's his life's work. And then he took a trip to Israel, and he's been.
He won't shut the fuck up about it.
Oh man, he's been going off, dude. I think he finally figured out how to get engagement, and he's getting really addicted to it.
Dude, I know. I think he is one of the primary recipients of the algorithmic boost we've all. Well, and that, yeah.
Oh, an algorithmic boost. Yeah, because Elon Musk was like, I'm going to fix it. And then all it did was put Zionist propaganda right in everyone's face. It's the most embarrassing update of all time. Yeah,
it's very infuriating.
Yeah. So by the way, guys, just FYI, if you ever see anything pro-Israel on X, it is 100% phony, 100% astroturfed. I mean, just be sure of that. So here's Josh Hammer. So
Should we find
Tucker-
some? Should we get a taste? Should we get a little taste of Josh Hammer?
Yeah, he doesn't want to have the attention on him too much, so that's what we're gonna do. So what happened last night or the night before, I can't remember, but just recently, Tucker Carlson interviewed Nicholas Fuentes. Wow. I've already had enough. Damn.
So anyway, that gives you a little taste of who Josh Hammer is. I think we all.
Oof.
Oh, Chase Geiser is hosting a space on X. Well, we'll invite him over.
Yeah, dude, Chase. Some guys.
We know that guy. We know that fella. All right, let me send the link to him and try not to send it to somebody else.
That would be hilarious, man.
I mean, I've almost done that several times, so I got to be careful here.
I wonder what he's talking about, man. Hopefully he's been
Should we watch his? Should we snipe his chat?
Just for a second. Let's just for curiosity's sake. What? Oh.
Yeah, it's not even gonna let me do it because I'm not signed in on this private window.
All right.
We'll just call him. Invite him. I mean, how do I do that again? Okay, so
yeah, get him on the phone.
Sorry. Let's.
Oh, bro, why? This is horrible. I can't hear it, by the way. Look at all those books he hasn't sold. This is horrible, bro. I can't hear it.
We're watching this entire thing.
I can't hear it. Can you hear it? There's.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No, me personally, I can't.
Ah, God damn it. Can the chat hear it?
I doubt it.
That was just me. I was just having the voice blasted in my ear.
I don't like this guy's face.
Well, wait till you hear his voice, man. I mean, how do I hear music? How do I hear sound? That'd be a shame.
Dude, read the description in the bottom of that video. That's the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. The first sentence.
Josh Hammer discusses why Israel is at the forefront of a struggle against globalist institutions that are intent on eradicating national borders.
Like the national border of Lebanon?
Don't worry about it. Don't. Some
Egypt,
borders.
Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, those borders? No, not those borders.
No one can hear it. Damn you all.
So that's really interesting. So the propaganda.
Whoa! Somebody gifted a bunch of memberships. Thank you, K Mister 90. You are a scholar and a gentleman. What is that on? Rumble?
Nice, man.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Badass. Very generous. Thank you. Okay, so sorry, what were you saying? I got distracted by the thing I was seeing.
Yeah, it's just so they're saying that they're trying to make Israel seem like the nationalist cause when in reality it's, Israeli nationalism is the only nationalism that they're permitting. Obviously, all other forms of nationalism are not acceptable to the Israeli powers. And I have a lot to say, man. I have a lot to say.
All right. Well, hold on. Let's just. I got a taste. I guess y'all didn't hear it, but
his face was plenty. His face was plenty.
Well, I wish you'd hear his voice.
Can you imitate it? Well, no. Do the voiceover, bro? Play his face. Dude, tell us what you're hearing. Oh man, this is good.
The forces that want to destroy us is the notion of globalism or global neoliberalism there. So let me just unpack that there.
Look at that guy's face. So
we have this absurd effort from.
All right, so it's literally like a Ben Shapiro. Okay.
No, he sounds exactly like Ben Shapiro. You can just imagine Ben Shapiro.
Okay.
On Monday evening, the most dangerous man in America sat to interview a confused millennial. The pair, who for months have been regaling the masses with a bit of low-rent turf war kayfabe, implying the other was an undercover federal agent, decided to drop the faux hatchet once and for all. They did not necessarily. Sorry,
he had to clarify, dude. What? He had to clarify what the word "fed" meant. Like that was goofy as hell. But who's the confused millennial? He's saying that Tucker Carlson is the same generation as us. I mean, that's okay. Maybe that's true.
That's a great question. I think he's calling Tucker Carlson the most dangerous man in America. I think he is calling Nick a millennial.
Nah.
Well, Tucker Carlson's. You think Tucker Carlson's a millennial?
Technically, he might be in the cutoff, but most people wouldn't consider that guy the same generation as us because he's like, way older than us, obviously. So that's a little weird. But anyway, so yeah, that was just weird. Just a weird couple sentences there.
Low rent turf war kayfabe, implying the other was an undercover Fed. So decided to drop the faux hatchet once and for all. So, all right. So the accusation starts off questioning both of their motives, questioning both of their sincerity in their feud that has been very public and obviously legit. They did so. He goes on. They did so not necessarily because they care for one another, but because their shared passion for tackling a mutual foe, Western civilization, which for millennia has claimed the Hebrew Bible, parentheses Old Testament, as its preeminent moral and legal wellspring.
Whoa, pause. Both of these guys are huge proponents of Western civilization. They are not. They don't have any hatred of Western civilization. Neither of those guys. That's ridiculous. No one would believe that. And then
literally the exact. They may be two of the most powerful advocates in favor of Western civilization that are in operation right now.
Yeah, like if you ask those guys, like make a list of like the most important things in the world to you, it'd be like God, family, Western civilization. Like literally,
it'd be like God, family, Western civilization, hunting. McDonald's.
Yeah, like Domino's, like literally. Man, this guy's R-word. And then he's saying that the moral and legal foundation of Western civilization is specifically the Old Testament. He's actually
the Old Testament.
Right. So you guys didn't know this or not, but you live in a system that advocates for stoning people who have sex outside of marriage, and basically an eye for an eye, mandated punishment. I mean, this is like
it's absurd.
It's absurd. The legal system, if that was true, would basically have Sharia law. Like it would basically have where you cut off your arm if you got caught stealing.
Even Israel doesn't abide by the Old Testament. That's why the Talmud exists, is to
update it,
explain why they don't follow the Old Testament.
Right. So obviously the foundation of Western civilization is the New Testament. Everyone knows that. It's common sense.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. But no, Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes hate Western civilization because they question the collective punishment doled out by Israel. Therefore, they are enemies of the West.
This is like very bad stuff. Just to be clear, I'm not talking about George Soros and Hassan Piker. Okay. This chat was between the erstwhile king of cable news, Tucker Carlson, and Nick Fuentes, the loquacious. Who has been a leading anti-Semitic provocateur since he first burst onto the political commentary scene a decade ago. Fuentes.
Now, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't think that's the right word. Continually talkative, expressive, apt to blab and disclose secrets.
I mean,
saying some people try to be overly loquacious, and it all.
That's what that goes. Yeah, he's being.
Okay, sorry, I got distracted by his use of the term loquacious.
This guy's an attorney. This guy's an attorney. You know what I mean? And Fuentes perhaps most infamous for a 2019 rant wherein he analogized. That's a weird word. Jews massacred by the Nazis to the
Sesame Street. Oh my God. Fucking hilarious. All right. How funny is this? He's best known for this. This is what he's best known for. Jeez and Pete's. So he has been a leading anti-Semitic provocateur since he first burst onto the political scene nearly a decade ago. Yeah, fairly true. Fuentes most infamous for a 2019 rant wherein, do you know? Yeah, you know the Cookie Monster story, right? It was a super chat to him where somebody saying, like, how could Cookie Monster cook that many cookies? How many ovens would he need? And he responded to that and was laughing at it and just being like, no, I don't think that's even possible. That's too many cookies.
That's what he's most famous for. Right.
And if you didn't know that, reading this, you would think it'd be like he ranted. He was ranting and raving about how
See,
Cookie
every
Monster.
single cookie represents a Jew, and the chocolate chips are their shoes, and you can't make lampshades out of 6 million. Yeah, no.
He's like eating cookies.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so just so far there's like averaging one dishonest skew per sentence, more or less.
And that's because he is a insert his ethnicity, insert his profession.
American author. At various points, Fuentes mused about the evils of organized Jewry and contended that discredited neoconservatism cannot be divorced from Jewishness. That's news to this Jew. Oh,
What?
who's this guy? He's going around calling people Jews? The hell?
Yeah. Huh. So by that admission, he's saying that he wants to distance himself from neoconservatism as a Jew. He wants to distance being a Jew from being a neoconservative. But he still pushes for neoconservative Republican policy, still pushes. He's still a neoconservative, and everything he's saying is just a regurgitation of being a neoconservative. So that's really, no one's going to believe that either. Yeah, no one's going to believe that.
It's actually funny because contended that discredited neoconservatism cannot be divorced from Jewishness. That's news to this Jew. It's not even saying that, like, it's literally just saying that neoconservatism was created by Jews for, Jewish reason, for Israel. Yeah. For
people who are Zionists. It was all run by Zionists.
Yes, to the yes.
Zionists.
So it's like, it feels like the way that Hammer is trying to portray it is that, like, if you're a Jew, you must be neoconservative, but that's a reversal of the actual whatever. You get what I'm saying?
It's a good point.
The host, okay, so he's mad that Tucker was so fawning, it amounted to a laundering of Fuentes's repugnant beliefs. So far, we haven't heard any repugnant beliefs. He's been called a loquacious Holocaust denier, an anti-Semitic provocateur. He's been said that he's most famous for claiming that the Holocaust didn't happen. And that he hates Western civilization. So far, we haven't heard a single quote from the interview. We haven't heard a single actual belief, laid out. But he has, in the first 6 sentences, framed him as the worst person you can imagine.
Yeah, with no actual like critiques or like, because I could have actual critiques of Nick, but none of these are what he's talking about here is the average opinion of everyone who's younger than a boomer in America.
Pretty much.
Yeah, these are not controversial takes. In fact, we can show you a video of a Jew saying every single thing that he just claimed. I could show you a video of a Jew.
No, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
No joke. That's literally what the Batar Ungar Sargon video is.
Holy cow! Is that a Jew?
Batar Ungar Sargon?
Yes. Yeah.
You tell me. We'll watch the video. You tell me.
Okay.
Fuentes, who has personally called me filth. Well, I mean,
W. Fuentes.
Yeah. Fuentes, who has a shockingly accurate judge of character, and said that Jews like me and broadcaster Mark Levin are not American. Well, so Jews like me. So he's saying that Jews who value and prioritize Israel over America aren't American. Not that Jews aren't American.
Right.
But that those with a particular belief and set of priorities.
Right.
And do not belong here. Predictably claimed yet again on Tucker Carlson show that American Jews put interests of Israel over interests of their own country. I mean,
Israel is their country. This is so ridiculous, right? I mean, that's a lie right there. He just tried to sneak in an outright lie. Israel is their country. Okay. It is the nation state of Jews. They have Israeli citizenships. They care about Israel a lot, obviously. America, they share America with a bunch of people who they don't like, who are not their tribe. They don't share Israel with anyone except Jews. Jews is officially, by the government of Israel, the nation state of Jews only. It's a monstrous, destructive lie. He claimed that Jews hate Europeans because the Romans destroyed the temple in Jerusalem.
Because the Romans destroyed the temple in Jerusalem 2 million. Okay, can we dissect this sentence, John?
Man,
I mean, this one is worthy of a few minutes here.
Yeah, this guy's dropping the lore. This is like a handbook of their lore right here.
Like the claims they make, or what do you mean?
Yeah, well, you can like the fact that he's even bringing up that the Romans destroyed the temple. The average American doesn't even care about stuff like this.
Well, Nick brought that up. Did you watch the Nick Tucker interview?
No, I didn't. But
okay, so
a little bit, not all of it.
That's right. Let me explain. Because Nick Fuentes was saying that that Jews often have a historical perspective, very different. And he's saying, like, Eric Weinstein will go and flick off the Arch of Titus because they,
like in a cowardly way. In a
cowardly way. So so this exists, like this is a real thing that you're all looking at. And he says, I, in fact, have an obligation to stop excusing anti-Semitism in struggling communities just because the last 75 years in the U.S. have been pretty good for the Jewish community. Just 75 years is the blink of an eye in our long history. Here I am saluting the Arch of Titus. So Nick brings this up as an example of sort of the way Jews think about their place in history. That gets translated by old Josh Hammer as it's a monstrous, destructive lie. He claimed that Jews hate Europeans because the Romans destroyed the temple in Jerusalem 2 millennia ago. It's simply preposterous. You hear that, Eric Weinstein? This is preposterous what you're doing, and literally displaying here how preposterous.
Yeah, as if Romans equal all Europeans, when in reality, we just have them on video just saying, we want to destroy white Christian civilization, just directly saying this on video. No. It has something to do with the Romans from 2,000 years ago.
Well, and even, I mean, I would say obviously it's not all Jews, but like showing this is just like, this is what he was talking about. Obviously, this is what he's talking about. It's not because they destroyed the Romans. It's just like, this is a thing that exists, and he's pointing it out.
Yeah, I mean, it is the Jewish culture to never forgive and to never forget. And so they raise them with a fear trauma mind control system that if you have a, overt enemy, you are supposed to hate them. You're supposed to take action to destroy them forever until it's total war, until the memory of their nation is gone forever. That's their method of warfare. And that's what they teach their kids. That's their culture.
I mean, pretty much. Yeah, it's kind of very weird. It's very weird. Like you'll still have Jewish people who hate like Saint Nicholas, Tsar Nicholas, and it's like he didn't even do anything. He literally, his crime is being killed by Jewish people. So it's like, why do you hate him? Why are you like claiming that he is an eternal enemy? You won. You beat him. It's fine.
I mean, just look at Sarah Silverstein on stage looking like possessed by a demon, being like, if Jesus came back, we'd kill him again. Why? Why would you say that?
Well, yeah, dude. And that's another thing is, they love to claim that it's like, anti-Semitism, like here they're saying, oh, it must be because the Romans destroyed the temple. It's like, we weren't ever saying that. But then they'll say, it's because, I forgot what I was going to say. I can't remember. Or no. Yeah, it was good. It was like, oh, it goes back to the lie that Jews killed Jesus. And then it's like, Ben Shapiro literally said in complete earnestness that he thought Jesus was a rebel who caused trouble and like got what was coming to him. So it's like,
right.
First of all, it's ridiculous to claim that like Jews killing Jesus is the reason people are criticizing Israel right now. But
yeah, no, but
then it's like, then you ask like prominent conservative Jewish leaders like Ben Shapiro, and he's like, yeah, he deserved death. Like, yeah, that was the law, and he got what was coming to him. It's like, okay, so why are you so angry about it? It's like, it's just the
that's what you believe.
Hypocrisy is bizarre, man.
The story of Jesus, just to make sure everyone understands, is that he said that he could forgive sins, and they're like, whoa, like only God can forgive sins. Like, who do you think you are? And he's like, yeah, I'm God, basically. And they were like, oh no, they rip their clothes, they go insane, and they want to kill him specifically because he claimed divinity. If he didn't claim divinity, it wouldn't have been as big of a deal. It's the exact issue with the issue that the Jews, the power structure had with Jesus is the claim of divinity. They consider that blasphemy in their religion, and they always have. So there's no Judeo-Christian values. They think we are idol worshipers or pagans, and they think that pagans and idol worshipers, according to the law of the Old Testament, should be killed. So that's the actual, and again, everyone just beats around the bush and just doesn't want to admit what's really going on. I'm not like that, right? I tell people the uncomfortable truths. This is the rules of their religion. Like, this is their actual theology. And we're just like, no, they're cool. Like, what? They're not.
I mean, it's like what I always say, you know, for the vast majority of Jews that we know,
they're not going to practice this. Yeah,
they kind of couldn't give a shit about that. But
yeah,
but there's no tangible reason why Judaism should have changed except in Jesus. Like, that's the craziest part, is that, like, clearly when Jesus came, Judaism was like no longer viable. Like 70 years later, the temple collapses, and like they have to write the Talmud to like put everything in new context and like change how they can continue to observe things without actually being able to have a temple and make sacrifices. So it's like, why would all of that develop if Jesus wasn't real? I don't know. It's all so bizarre. But let's continue here. Carlson personally saved his most seething hatred for his fellow Christians and those of a Zionist disposition in particular. Specifically, Carlson said that Christian Zionists are dangerous heretics and that he despises them more than anyone else on earth. Certainly more than the Sharia law proponents, on whose behalf Carlson was taken curiously to offering a meek apologia.
What?
Dude. It's so crazy. It's like, clearly you have nothing to actually criticize this guy on. Because, I mean, yes, I would say anybody, and there are actual churches who like worship Israel in America, and we've all seen it. I mean, they have like an Israel flag, and they're all like praying to it, and like, it's wild. And that is clearly apostasy. Like, that's clearly heresy. And I think it's pretty clear he's being hyperbolic. I hate them more than anybody in the world. It's like, well, in a way it makes sense, because if somebody is just, you know, I don't hate an Israeli for supporting Israel. That doesn't make any sense. Like, of course they're going to. I wouldn't hate a Jewish person for supporting Israel. It makes perfect sense. But for somebody to hijack and twist Christianity and say it's your spiritual obligation to support Israel, that's worse. That's worse than just, you know, whatever. By the way, apparently the alert did not go out on Rumble, which explains the low viewer number. So if you feel like sharing the Rumble link, that's also the only way people can super chat. So
yeah, I totally understand why Tucker Carlson is saying that the Christian heretics who serve Israel are pissing him off. You know, of course they're pissing him off. The guy's an American. He cares about America deeply. The number one problem with America is that it has a cult, which is essentially the state religion. There's no other way to put it, guys. This is essentially the state religion. It's been the state religion. They just don't tell you.
Yeah, that's why I say we live in a gay Jewish theocracy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Make no mistake, there's a sprawling information operation afoot that has as its goal the fracturing of the ecumenical Jewish-Christian biblical alliance that long ago built and which can alone sustain Western civilization and that civilization's leading light, the United States. This is one of those perfidious conspiracies of, you know, worldwide Christianity. It's the conniving Christians are at it again, John.
Dude, what? So this guy just said that America and the West has its entire like reason to exist from the beginning to the end on serving Jews.
Yes.
See, this is the problem. This is the conspiracy where people talk about the suspicious components of the foundation of America, where it was, you know, the Christopher Columbus being a Jew, that it's timed exactly when the Jews were expelled out of Spain. That
I don't believe it. I don't buy it.
But this guy is actually pushing that conspiracy right now.
Well, no, it's you're trying to lay claim to Western civilization.
He's piggybacking. He's parasiting.
Yeah, it's absurd, but yeah, I mean, Yeah, no, that was never the case. The operation has its leading objectives the distancing of evangelical Christians from the Jewish people and the distancing of the United States from Israel. The operatives are cheering on the West's Islamist and globalist enemies, whether they care to admit it or not, whether they actually are or not. False dichotomy. I mean, this is what they have: smearing people, insinuating that criticism of Israel is deeply anti-Semitic, and that this is all a plot because they actually hate Western civilization and are in favor of the Islamists. Like this is the stupidest argument I can imagine. How would this ever make sense? And the funny part is, there's also videos of Muslims being like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tucker Carlson, they are now supporting us because of the work we did. And it's like they literally have no idea who you are and have never listened to a single thing you've ever said or written. You have no place in this argument, actually. This is between America and Israel, and Americans, because they're Christian and don't like seeing Israel behave tyrannically and brutally and genocidally, oppose them. I don't care who it's over. And I wasn't convinced of that by an imam. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, they love it.
Huge liars.
One man who's decidedly not along for this hellish jaunt was somebody. Okay, so now he's hauled up Charlie Kirk's.
So the guy who's like a prime suspect in the assassination of Charlie Kirk is now trying to speak for Charlie Kirk. Like he is literally making Charlie Kirk roll in his grave. He himself is doing what he's crying out in pain as he is striking.
What? Is that the type of thing people do? They refuse to concede that an American might support close. So, this is all the point, right? Is if this looks like a war on MAGA and the modern American right, that's because it's exactly what it is. Just 100% pure, unadulterated, raw projection, right? Just pure. So all that's happening is people like Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Megyn Kelly, Alex Jones, Harrison Smith, even to a lesser degree, who had no problem with Israel and genuinely like Jews, are opposing Israel's military actions. And in return, people like Josh Hammer are trying to divide MAGA, are trying to coerce the rest of MAGA into kicking them out of the coalition, canceling them, for lack of a better word, ostracizing them completely, making them untouchable, you can't associate with them. They are 100% the people starting and perpetuating the MAGA civil war. Is it Tucker Carlson? What has he said? What has he ever said that's so offensive? What has he ever said that would make him unacceptable to the average American? It is 100% his lukewarm, tepid, and reasonable objections to the activity of the Israeli state. And this is the type of vicious hate that's poured out over him as they demand that MAGA bend to their will and kick out some of its leading proponents. It is absurd for them to claim that this is an attack from Tucker Carlson and Fuentes. It is just very telling. It's just very telling as far as I'd
love to see the comments.
Say. Are there comments?
Click one.
Let's find out. This is a archive, so I don't know. It doesn't look like it has the comments archived.
All right, no worries. I can
try to find them. All right, but it's going to be a slightly shorter episode of Moonbase anyway. Should we go on to some of these videos, or final word for our friend Joshua Hammerstein?
Well, the last sentence of that article, he says that Tucker Carlson should be eliminated.
Oh yeah, that was the point.
Right. So this is the guy who's the prime suspect in the removal of Charlie Kirk. And
unless the fox is neutralized.
What does that mean?
What that means is that Tucker Carlson systematically and with incredible patience built a career on cable news over the course of about 4 decades as a cunning ploy to mildly criticize Israel after 2 years of nonstop bloodshed and murderous warfare. And that's how sophisticated this operation really is. The fox is in the hen house, folks. He's been in the hen house for 40 years, biding his time so he could eat all of the chickens now for no reason, for no gain, only making his life harder. Only like it's just
out of pure
absurd.
malice for no reason but freaking
No reason.
malice. And for that crime, he should be crucified.
He must be neutralized.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff, Josh Hammer. And just to remind everybody, everything we're saying is jokes. Josh Hammer obviously didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Come on, you guys. He didn't even know it was going to happen. That was all a coincidence. So that's old Joshy boy, lying about everything and trying just absolutely desperately to wage social warfare against people that disagree with him politically. That's what this is. Social warfare. It's about signaling to everybody you will not be in the in group if you associate with people that criticize Israel even mildly.
Yeah, it was weak. That was weak. If that kowtows you, then you don't belong like in politics. That was not convincing.
Very true. Very good way to put it. All right, should we watch this one? I haven't watched this one yet, the Mossad one.
Yeah, prepare to be sick to your stomach.
Let's go.
The surprises in Gaza.
Surprises?
Yeah.
Like intelligence surprises.
Pages, walkie-talkies. You know how many equipment, treated equipment do we have in these countries? You don't. I do.
You mean
I do.
You mean booby-trapped equipment?
Not only booby-trapped.
And spying?
Manipulated equipment. All right?
In which countries are you talking about?
All the countries that you can imagine.
Bro, play that again, man, and just think for a second. Why is he asking the guy who's interviewing him, do you know how many booby-trapped and manipulated equipments we have put into all these different countries? You don't. I do. Like, what kind of power trip is this guy on? Yeah, bro, that's why they're interviewing you. Of course they don't know. What is that?
Right. Well, and this is the thing with Mossad. They're doing this more and more now. This like reeks of desperation to me, and it reeks of art or warfare by deception. It reeks of the art of war, where it's when you're strong appear weak, when you're weak appear strong. I think Israel as a whole is panicking about their current situation, and I think Mossad is sending people out to be like, oh, we control everything. We're the screenwriters of the world, actually. We're totally in charge, and everything that happens, we meant for it to happen because we are in charge and we do everything perfectly. And then this guy like, oh yeah, we've got, and they probably do. I wouldn't put it past them. I actually don't think that the pagers were even manipulated. I think they just hacked them and made the batteries explode. If you want to know the truth. And I think the whole idea that they have this sophisticated supply chain operation is to cover up for the fact that they can do that to any electronic at any time. What do you think?
That's pretty interesting, Harrison. They had a little bit of an excessive explosive charge to it for it to be just a normal battery, but
here's my thing. Not once did anybody in Hezbollah ever open their pager up. None of them ever cracked. No bomb sniffing dogs or security measures ever picked up a little chunk of C4 that every single person was carrying them around.
So the story, the way it goes, is that it was a special kind of mostly undetectable explosive that they use a syringe to inject into the battery in a liquid form. And that the whole controversy here is that this explosive, according to the story, can pass through all forms of security, including airport security. And so that's one of the biggest reasons that people are scared now, because he just said that it is in every single country you can imagine. We have that sort of thing happening. Well, what's the problem there? The problem is that means that people have bombs in their batteries that are on planes. And if it ever explodes by mistake, it would bring down the entire plane. And this could be everybody's battery. So this is unprecedented, where the security of everything now is in question, where any plane basically has bombs on it, where we've never had an issue of widespread infiltration of all security apparatuses by bombs. And they've taken the cat out of the bag in a sense. And now there's a whole different situation where we don't know what electronic has a bomb, and we know that typical bomb detection measures don't work on it. Now, the reason why they triggered the pager attack when they did, because it was supposed to be in the moment of their invasion, but they had to use it prematurely, was actually because Hezbollah was onto them and was going to unravel the whole plot, which forced them to use it early. That's the story. That's what how the story goes. But who's to say?
Interesting. So, all right, let's continue.
Gaza.
Surprises?
Yeah.
You
Like
mean
in
intelligence surprises?
pages, walkie-talkies. Do you know how many equipment, I mean, treated equipment do we have in these countries? You can't. You don't. I do.
You mean
I do.
You mean booby-trapped equipment
Not only booby-trapped,
and spying?
manipulated equipment. All right.
In which countries you're talking about?
All the countries that you can imagine.
And not Gaza?
Not Gaza.
Nothing
enough.
in Gaza at all.
Did you see that? If we had it, I mean, we knew something about them coming. Something, right? I would have sold them everything. Just everything. I mean, you can't imagine when the quantity.
Wait, what the hell is he saying? We
So
saw them.
the guy completely checkmated him here. He said, "You've booby-trapped the equipment of the entire world, and you're spying on everybody's electronics, but you don't have any spy equipment infiltrated into the Gaza supply network." And he immediately was like, "No, we have nothing on Gaza." So he's totally lying, because he said, and then he says, "Well, because if we had equipment infiltrated into the Gaza supply chain, then we would have some information about the incoming attack." So he's just immediately covering his ass and spilling the beans that what he said made no sense, and that he has to say that we have no spy equipment in relation to Gaza.
The one place in the world that they don't have spy equipment is the place that they control all of the material that goes in and out.
Correct. And and then he even goes on to explain why he has to say that, because he literally says, otherwise we would have had, we would have known. So
otherwise this whole war would have been a giant fraud because we wanted to grab the land, and that would be ridiculous.
Yeah. So of course we have no spy equipment in Gaza. Like,
wow.
This is the dumbest. Like, this interviewer just is going to commit suicide with 2 shotgun shots to the back of the head tomorrow.
Damn. All right, let's keep going.
When I have invented that method, that was in 2002 to 2004.
The pager method.
The manipulated equipment method.
So he doesn't answer the question. He just comes up with some.
We
random
have
stuff.
already used it. Manipulated equipment in Second Lebanon War. Some of the elements were speaking to us.
How did you use it?
Want a glass of water?
We can get some brandy.
He could tell you, but he didn't.
I know
have
it's
to
an
kill
early.
you.
They lost that war. Like, what?
Also, again, it's like, you don't think that they could just hack into phone microphones and turn them on? You need to manipulate equipment to like spy on people. That's what he said, right? He's like, some of it was listed. We were listening in, basically, is what he said.
Pretty sure like the headquarters of Intel is literally in Israel. Pretty sure the headquarters of AT&T is literally in Israel. Like, I don't think they have to try very hard to all this equipment has like built-in backdoors. And I've gotten that confirmed by people who work at IBM, people who are high-level engineers. There's built-in backdoors on all this stuff. And when Hezbollah was fighting these guys, they actually know this. They actually know that. Actually, believe it or not, I actually told Hezbollah guys one time. I pointed at a giant Israeli tower, like, I don't know, like 1,000-foot high antenna, like the most insane giant antenna right on the Lebanese border. And I was like, they can hear everything you're saying on your cell phone. I told him that. And he literally was like, yeah, we don't care. Like, we really don't give a shit. They can hear everything. We do not care.
Actually, that's one of the most interesting stories about Hezbollah that I remember from way back when, is even though they could hear, like, listen in, the Hezbollah guys would use slang that was like neighborhood specific as code. And so it was like, if you didn't grow up in their neighborhood, you could not know what they were talking about.
Yeah. And that's it's this crazy moment in history called the siege or conquest of a city called Qusair. Qusair was held by Western-supported ISIS with like Western specialists, Western supplies, and Western intelligence assisting ISIS for like over a year. And they turned the city of Qusair into a ISIS stronghold with like crow's nests and booby traps and fortified towers and like everything you can think of. They had like over a year and a couple months to fortify it. And then Hezbollah took it in like, I don't know, like a week. And the whole time Hezbollah was taking the city, the West was monitoring this battle, thinking that this ISIS stronghold would last like forever. And they were giving the ISIS guys all of the Hezbollah communications that were being hacked completely. It was literally 100%. All the communications were being sent to the ISIS guys. And they just used local slang, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter that people were listening. They couldn't understand anything.
Yeah, so they'd be like, you know, I'm by the teapot, and you had to know that in their village there was a boulder that looked like a teapot. So really what he's saying is I'm by the boulder, but if you weren't from his village, you didn't know that the boulder was called the teapot. So, you know, it was that type of stuff.
The simple defeating the complicated.
Yeah.
So
kind of like when they literally will take down Israeli drones with slings. It's like
Dude,
that's
they did
what's so
with rocks
fascinating
one time.
about. Yeah.
Actually
literally.
knocked down a drone. A drone was going through the alleys to assassinate someone, and the civilians actually took it out with rocks. So that is
Dude.
quite the story.
So my Rumble is messing up, and I didn't see some Coop 95. Good evening, sir. Sorry, I'm joking late, boys. Didn't see the notification. I was listening to Chase's space. Well, good to have you here, sir. And if anybody else is super chatted, I'm sorry I didn't see it, but it doesn't look like anybody else did. But feel free to on Rumble, and I'll try to keep an eye out because we're probably not going to go that much longer. Should we do the General Flynn and then Butar, Ungar, Sargon?
Yeah, man. So anyway, that video of the Mossad guy was really creepy and really horrible.
Really creepy. And like, do they think they look cool when he's like, I mean, yeah, clearly he does, right? He's just like,
yeah, he does.
Yeah, I came up with it. No big deal. It's like it's like cartoonishly full of themselves.
Yeah, and the guy said, "Well, why don't you have anything in Gaza?" And he literally said, "No." It's the dumbest thing ever.
So stupid. All right. So this video was posted by one General Flynn. Shall we? I haven't watched this yet.
Yeah.
Do we need to intro it anyway, John?
No, just feast your eyes.
We are in a war most people don't even see. It's not just bombs or bullets. It's information, technology, and control over what you believe. Every day, powerful forces shape the news you read and the thoughts you hold. This is fifth-generation warfare. And whether you know it or not, you are already on the battlefield. The choice is yours. Remain unaware or recognize the fight and take a stand.
Running through the dark, nowhere left to hide.
This is pretty tight so far.
Battle lines are drawn, taste the smoke and fire.
This is pretty tight, actually.
This is warfare. This is warfare. This is warfare.
Okay, we got some White Rabbit symbolism. We got some QAnon references.
Cut you down, take it all, one by one, say goodbye. You can run, but you can't hide. This is warfare. This is warfare.
play that last part right there. Bro. Feds, January 6th, 9/11, JFK, Charlie Kirk, Bibi Netanyahu, blowing up the White House, blowing up the Capitol building. What was that?
Yeah, the Capitol building. So, all right. So this is a QAnon heavy production. All right. So they zoom in on the White Rabbit. They say, then they go to QAnon. Disinformation is real. Disinformation is necessary. Then this are buffalo being herded off a cliff. Are you familiar with this, John? That this was a strategy that Native Americans would use. And to read it off Google, the practice of driving buffalo off a cliff, known as a buffalo jump, was a sophisticated and effective hunting technique used by indigenous peoples of the North American plain for thousands of years. The method involved guiding large herds of bison toward a cliff edge using a series of driving lanes. The process required meticulous planning, deep knowledge of bison behavior, and coordinated effort among the community.
Yeah,
So this is...
They say this is how humans even hunted dinosaurs, but that's another subject. But yeah.
Yeah, so that, I guess, is the insinuation is that's what they're doing with these guys. These guys are the buffaloes, and they're being herded off a cliff by their own impetus by Trump. But that is very interesting. So and this is the symbolism of him. This was he's walking ahead of the king, and it's a ceremony that is supposed to be reserved only for the head of state of the UK. That's a big, important QAnon thing. What is this? Do you know what this... Would that be Iran with the B-2 bombers?
That doesn't look like...
J6, obviously feds. So you have J6, 9/11, JFK, Charlie Kirk murder, Benjamin Netanyahu.
But then the next one.
And then the Capitol building
So
exploded.
he's saying that they're going to blow... But then here it is being reconstructed with a crane. So he's saying that they're going to do a terrorist attack on the Capitol building. The same people who... He's basically saying Bibi Netanyahu.
Right. That was pretty blatant. I mean, that was not a subtle series of images to show one after another. And clearly, I mean, you're supposed to read into the symbolism of this. Thought was put into this.
September 25th highlighted.
Saving Israel for last. Trust the plan. Every message you see, every story you hear is part of a larger fight. Don't be a passive target. Ride up and defend your... That's a pretty badass video, I gotta say. I'm not a trust the planner, but I'm not a truster of the plan, but that was pretty tight.
Yeah.
QAnon's got good propaganda. That's for damn sure.
Man. Yeah. So, I mean, I think we're both agreeing that the most obvious way to interpret this is that General Flynn is sick of the Israel shit and understands Israel's role in all this bad stuff and thinks that they're not done yet. And they're going to escalate with a very horrible false flag / terrorist attack, but that Donald Trump is going to survive it and is aware of their threats and is going to lure them into exposing their hand further.
That seems to be the message. Yep.
This is crazy stuff, man.
That's pretty wild.
Well, definitely gives me hope.
Yeah, the General Flynn is up to snuff, I guess you could say.
That is a good sign, but also Bannon literally just said that Donald Trump destroyed the Greater Israel Project. I don't know. I mean, Bannon was
Did he
a
really
Zionist.
say that?
Yeah, he said that Donald Trump has destroyed the Greater Israel Project, but that Israel really destroyed it themselves. But
well, yeah.
I mean, I have to agree with him, but I just can't believe that Bannon's even saying that.
Yeah, well, that's why it's important to talk about this shit, is because we really are shifting the Overton window and, letting people tell the truth. Everybody's saying this shit now. Matt Gaetz is saying it, Tucker Carlson's saying it, Steve Bannon's saying it. I mean, the thing is, this was always the problem. You should have let people talk about this stuff forever. If we'd always been able to talk about this, if there'd never been a stigma, if there'd never been the censorship, if there'd never been the hyper paranoid Israeli control, then we would have been able to talk about this stuff in a reasonable way. But the truth is like it's like always surging, and it's when you dam it up, eventually the dam's going to break. You should just let it flow. Don't try to restrict it. All that's going to happen is when the dam breaks, instead of the normal amount of water you'd expect, it's going to be a giant deluge. It's going to destroy everybody. So, if we could just talk about this stuff without Josh Hammer attempting to assassinate us, then we wouldn't be in this problem. But it's like now it's going to be only the most extreme, only the most out there people that are going to, be willing to say stuff. And anyway, it's good. It's good that people like Bannon and Tucker Carlson and others are just saying this shit and not being scared to, because it was always fear. That's the shit that's why I always want to talk about it, is because it felt like hypocrisy and it felt like fear. If I didn't want to say something, or if I want to remind people that I'm not anti-Semitic and that I love Jewish people, it's not because I'm scared of them. It's because it's the truth. But a lot of people don't talk about Israel 100% because they're scared, and that's some bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of people got mad at me when I said, hey, it's important to remind everyone that we love everybody, including Jews. And people got mad at me for that. And they're like, no, I definitely don't love Bibi Netanyahu, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, okay, look, I get it. Obviously, I get it. But what you guys got to understand is that the dark side feeds off of hatred, and the opposite of hatred is love. And it can be loving to shoot them in the head. So just relax. You got to love everybody no matter what.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we're going to watch this final video, and then we're probably going to call it a night. Thank you for being here with us. But if you do want your super chats in, get them in now, por favor.
John Fetterman himself, his Zionism puts him out of step with the rest of his party, which, I'm sorry, only 13% stand with Israelis against the Palestinians.
Ooh.
This is a party whose grassroots is right now captured.
Yeah, I mean, there's already so much to say. First of all, like even John Fetterman himself, as if it's like he's George Washington or something. It's like, yeah.
She didn't even say Hamas. She said
Palestinians. Yeah.
What? Dude. What? What? So she's openly admitting that they're at war with the nation of Palestine itself. The civilization of Palestine itself. That the existence of a Palestinian itself is her enemy. Like, what?
Yeah, let's keep going.
By the left. And so Zionism does not have a future in the American left. The Democratic Party's relationship with Zionism depends on whether it's willing to repudiate that far left. And the thing that makes this so appalling is that Jews built the left in this country. We built the labor movement.
That's anti-Semitic.
We broke the new.
I know. How dare she?
So she's
how dare she? Well, look,
this is a crazy video.
She's about to take credit for a lot of stuff, but let's be clear. What she's saying is true and is the point of all of this, right? They have lost the left. That's why there is a concerted, highly organized, highly funded campaign to solidify complete and total abject control of the right. That's why there's this desperate effort to oust even Tucker Carlson with his mild criticisms, even Candace Owens with her very, reasoned outrage about personalities rather than peoples. They recognize that if they lose the right, they have nothing left. So they're doing the thing that is going to guarantee they lose the right, which is demand that the right submit to absolutely everything the Israeli state does. It's absurd.
Left in this country. We built the labor movement. We broke the New Deal. 70% of the lawyers who worked on civil rights cases were Jews. We've been at the forefront of every liberal and leftist issue in this country. The absolute chutzpah of saying, you're not welcome here. You know what it reminds me of? When they banned smoking in bars. I was a smoker, and I was so outraged.
Yeah, this is a stupid analogy.
What the fuck?
Actually, should we hear this? Should we hear this last part, or do we want to comment?
All
right.
Such a twist.
You'll see.
He was a smoker, And I was so outraged. I was like, if there's going to be a turf war over this, surely the smokers should have gotten the bars, okay? And you can so easily.
So she's saying that because Jews built the leftist movement, they should be in charge of it, basically.
They are obviously in charge of it. There's no question that they're in charge of it. Who does Donald Trump?
According to Batar Ungar Sargon, that's true.
Yeah. Who does Donald Trump have to negotiate with to end the shutdown? Chuck Schumer.
Well, he's a Palestinian.
Imagine a counterfactual in which the left in America said, wait a minute. We can't oppose Zionism because we would lose our beloved Jews who have been there with us at the forefront every minute that we built this movement.
Okay, look. How the fuck are you simultaneously pushing for civil rights and then literally supporting an apartheid state? Like, how can those two ideas exist in your head simultaneously? And they think that the problem is with the people noticing that, not they themselves having no consistency in their beliefs.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you believe that Jim Crow laws were wrong, then how do you justify the way you treat Palestinians?
Very good point.
Yeah.
So there you go. Oh, look, my cat showed up.
It's really cute. So, I'm not saying we should liberate Palestinians. I'm saying we should bring back. No, I'm just kidding. Piss. Tell your cat. I said.
Yes.
Man, remember Batman?
Oh yeah, I do.
Is he still alive?
No. Good Lord, no.
All right.
He died like 20 years ago.
Batman's dead. You heard it here.
Yeah, Batman died. My cat, Batman. All right, she's not coming.
All right, so that was a really good video.
Yeah,
of
so good.
No, that was like hardcore delusion. So, guys, and she knows what I'm about to say. She knows what I'm about to say. There's a Jewish legend of something called the Golem, where the Jew creates a monster to fight for them. And then ultimately that monster that they created turns on them. And that's what she just described, that they created this monster. How dare they turn on them? Well, surely she knows the Jewish story of the Golem. It's a Jewish story. Jews tell the story to their kids. And it happens over and over and over. So they created the monster. Now the monster has turned on them. Maybe they should have not created the monster in the first place.
Maybe it was not an expedient at the end of the day. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, it's like what we're describing here and what we're seeing here is the organized, concerted, meaning in concert with one another, effort by a particular sect of this nation of Israel, basically. And like, they have no argument. They have no legitimate reason why MAGA should reject Tucker Carlson.
Right.
They have no.
We gave them airtime. Like, that's, you guys, you got to admit, we're giving them a chance to make their case. Like, we're reading their documents. We're giving them airtime. They have nothing.
And so they just make demands and then get mad when those demands aren't met. And it's like, this is a losing battle that they're fighting. This is a feedback loop.
They make it worse for themselves.
They're really just making it worse for themselves. And it is really obnoxious and annoying and unnecessary. And again, I'm sick of I am genuinely just
sick of the Jews. No, I'm just kidding.
What I would give to never have to talk about Israel again. Like, right. Good Lord.
And even me. And it's like a huge issue of, Lebanon. Even me, man. I stopped talking about this stuff. Guys, I could have been blabbering about Zionism for years. It didn't come up in the American discourse until very recently. Yeah. I intentionally didn't bring this stuff up every time I ever got on anything, every time I ever talked to anyone. I could have been talking people's ear off on this subject, and I would occasionally drop a hint like, hey guys, the real problem with America that until you deal with the Zionist issue, America is never going to get itself out of this hole. And people would just in one ear, out the other. Hey, what's this guy talking about Lebanon? No one really cares. And it's like, okay, well now everyone's saying it. Everybody, and now me and Harrison are like tired of talking about it. And it's like the new hot subject. It's exhausting. But what I tell people is we are tired of talking about the stuff they're doing faster than they're tired of doing stuff. Like we're tired of talking about it. They're actually having secret meetings, which I witnessed one time. They're actually having secret meetings.
You want to tell that story?
Oh man. I stumbled upon a meeting of them, and I saw how they trained their people. They were all white passing of every shape, color, and age you can think of, all white passing. And they were being trained on how to communicate with Americans in a manipulative manner to control, even when outnumbered in a group, to control the whole room, the whole atmosphere, the whole conversation, to manipulate them to be essentially, pro-Jewish cause, pro-Israel. And I heard them coaching their people, all different sizes, gender, age, all white passing. Every single one of them white passing.
Sort of in just like a cafe somewhere, right? Like
a Jewish-owned business in a Jewish neighborhood, and they didn't want anyone getting near them. They didn't want anyone hearing what they were talking about, but I sat next to them. I could overhear it. And then the guy who was running the cafe, used slick talking to get like a ton of personal information about me. Like he has a whole profile about me. He knows everything about me and my family, like everything. He wouldn't stop. And every single parking spot on a random like weekday morning was full for the secret meeting. Like where are their jobs? They were all wearing professional clothes. They took off work. They were wearing corporate uniform outfits. They took off work for this secret meeting. They don't tell their boss I'm going to a secret meeting. Like there's something going on here. Like it's actually a fifth column. Like I'm actually holding back. Like to be real with y'all, I'm actually holding back because I don't even want to tell y'all how bad it is. It's bad. Like these people are up to no good. They are not your friend. Okay. And I know that for a fact. It is really bad. And I wouldn't say that if it wasn't true, because ultimately I don't give a fuck. But I'm a lazy guy. I'm not going to start picking on someone for no reason. I don't have the motivation and energy to start bullying somebody for no reason. I'm saying it's bad because it's fucking bad. I don't care about them. They can have all the secret meetings they want, but it's the thing is that you guys aren't having no secret meetings. You guys aren't saying how we're going to defend ourselves against their manipulation. You guys aren't saying how we're going to unify to push our interests.
What do you think this is, John?
That's exactly. So
why do you think the moon base was inaugurated?
Exactly. So if everybody had secret meetings to push their individual needs, that'd be fine. It'd be fair. It'd be, hey, free market, do whatever you want. But that's not what's going on. They don't even want you to know that they're having secret meetings. They want you guys to be individuals while they are a collective. You know exactly what I'm saying here. They want you guys to think individualistic while they think as a collective. That's not good.
Yeah, certainly makes it easy.
They're rigging it. They're rigging the game. And then people argue with me, they don't get interest-free loans. It's a placard inside the business that says they got an interest-free loan. And the manager of the loan, the last name is obviously from their group. It says right there that the whole business was started from an interest-free loan. People kept arguing with me that there's no way they got interest-free loans. Well, I just took a picture inside the business right there.
Wait, really? You saw a plaque?
Yeah, they're proud of it. They were showing off.
Wow.
And it's super expensive. The food is super expensive, and it's an interest-free loan, which means that the profit margins are way higher than other businesses. So not only do they have an unfair advantage where they have free money to start the business, then their prices are so high. I mean, the chutzpah on these people. I mean, it's a lot, guys. I honestly, I don't even know how to communicate. Like, it's not like the real conversation is like hard to even have in a public setting, because I'm trying to communicate to people something that's very dark and very sinister. Okay. It is a subversive infiltration. It is not okay. this is not normal stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not good. So if they keep pushing it, like let's say they kill Tucker Carlson or they kill Donald Trump, you're going to see some really horrible stuff as far as the backlash, the response against them. It would be so bad that I would have to hide one in my basement. That's how crazy it could get.
Yeah, for real though. Yeah. No, it's things are getting crazy, man. And the desperation is ripe.
Ripe for a fruit. And apparently General Flynn thinks they're going to blow up the Capitol building, or they're going to something horrible. And they tend to do something horrible when they're losing control.
Well, I've been saying for a while, I mean, things are so, like, false flags are so expected now. It would have to be something so big, so crazy that, like, it just overrides all of that.
Harrison, do you know how many equipments I've booby trapped? You don't. I do. Like, what? Yeah, bro. That's why we're interviewing you. That kind of guy, he'll blow up the Capitol building. He's a terrorist.
He would, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, that guy's a terrorist. Like, I don't care. Put me on a list. The leader of Hezbollah said, you can print out the page that says I'm a terrorist, steep it in hot water, and drink the tea.
That's funny. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us. I think we're going to call it an evening. We thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. I think I've got a pretty big guest for next week, so stay tuned for that. Should be very exciting. I think we'll go out with the intro. Make sure to follow us. Follow at Moonbase Live. Max is killing it, cutting out clips while we're live. Go share those clips, please, at Moonbase Live on X. I've just retweeted a few on my page, so you can find them at Harrison H. Smith. Follow us, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Rumble, watch on YouTube if you can. Hell, if you just want to leave it playing in the background, I think I need more watch hours before I can actually get like the real live stream benefits and super chats and stuff like that. So if you're on YouTube, just let it roll, brother. Just hit replay and just relax all night. Thank you, everybody. Anything else, John?
No, that's it. Another thing I wanted to say is Anna Kasparian or something. She's on this show called like The Girls View or something. I forget what it's called. The Girls Take or something. It's been like killing it, man. Like she is coming around to our side. I swear, she is. If you can get her on,
she's been great. I've been trying.
Okay, it's probably not very easy, but Jimmy Dore as well, man. We can't forget about Jimmy Dore. We got to get that guy on.
Yeah, that'd be really fun too.
Yeah.
I gotta pull some strings. All right. Thank you, everybody. God bless you all. God bless America. And so long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Adieu.